Hey grade 10s, we are going to start a new lesson. We're going to start a new unit actually on trigonometry. We're not really done with our factoring. We just wanted to get that skill out of the way so that we can use it throughout the rest of the course if we need to. So we're going to move on to some trigonometry. So I'm just looking at this introduction to trigonometry. Trigonometry is the study of angles in triangles. So we're going to label the triangle. Hopefully you've printed this off already or you have some paper to follow along. Draw yourself a right triangle. This only works, right? We're only looking at right triangles right now, okay? So put a little right angle right in there for me. And we're going to take a look at labeling the triangle according to where theta is. And what I mean by theta is this little symbol here. So we have a little symbol there called theta. It's just used to specify an angle. You might see it as theta, you might see it as a capital letter in the angle. And it's just a variable. It represents, it's a Greek letter rather, but it's a Greek letter that represents an angle. So I'm going to place that right down here in the corner. And we're going to label the triangle according to these guys along the side. So I'm looking at hypotenuse first, and that's probably a word you've heard before. So hypotenuse means the longest side as well as the side across from the right angle. So if I draw an arrow from that right angle, it will point to the hypotenuse. So let's label that hypotenuse. Next, we're going to label the opposite. And when I'm talking about the opposite side, I mean the side across from where I labeled theta, where I labeled the angle. Okay, so opposite is going to be across from the angle. So over here is going to be the opposite. And then the last side of the triangle we're going to call the adjacent. Adjacent means B side. So we're talking about B side angle theta. So in this case, it's going to be down here at the bottom. Okay, so hopefully my writing gets a little bit nicer. So we are going to talk about how we find our angle theta, or how we find a side, and we're going to use what we call primary trig ratios. So primary trig ratios are what we see here: sine, cosine, and tangent. They can all be used in a right triangle. It just depends on what you're given. So when we're given the opposite and the hypotenuse, then we're going to use sine. When we're given the adjacent side and the hypotenuse, we're going to use cos. And if we're given the opposite and the adjacent side, we will use tan. And that all depends on what's given and how we label our triangle up here. So how are you going to remember these? You may have heard this word before. It's called SOHCAHTOA. And they just help us remember the ratios, these ratios for sine, cosine, and tangent. Okay, so SOH means the opposite over the hypotenuse. The CA means cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And the TOA is the tan is opposite over adjacent. So it's just a way for us to remember something. It's called a, now I lost the word. Mnemonic, okay? So it's just a made-up word with some letters in a certain order that help us remember something. So we're going to try out some examples on the next page so we can see how we use this, okay? So over here on our next page, it says to write the trig ratios for sine A, cos A, and tan A. So I'm going to place an A down here in the corner. Okay, and that's the same as putting a theta, okay? It's just an angle that is unknown. So when it's asking for the trig ratios, it's asking for the trig fractions. So we want the fractions from SOHCAHTOA for both sine, cos, and tan. So for sine, we need to have opposite over hypotenuse. So we're going to come over here and we're going to label our hypotenuse, which is the longest side. Our opposite is across from, or opposite angle A in this case. So I'm going to label that opposite, and adjacent is going to be B side angle A. So I'm going to write my trig fractions, my trig ratios for sine. So sine is opposite, over a hypotenuse. So I'm going to have opposite is 3, hypotenuse is 5. okay? Cos is the adjacent over hypotenuse. So my adjacent side, okay, is the 4, and my hypotenuse is 5. So we have opposite over hypotenuse, we have adjacent over hypotenuse, and now we need tan, and tan is going to be opposite over adjacent. So the opposite side was the 3, and the adjacent side was the 4. So we have opposite over adjacent. So that's how we use those trig fractions. So now we're going to go and on our calculator find some values. So make sure your calculator is in degree mode. That's what it says here. So somewhere on your calculator you have a DEG or just a D somewhere on the screen. You need to be able to toggle to the D or the DEG. Sometimes you have to hit mode, and other times it's just a button that says DRG and it goes through rad, grad, and then deg. So you need to be in degree mode. If you are not in degree mode, you need to stop this video and message me and I can help you find it. If I was in class, I'd be able to walk around and help you, but that's not an option. So if you're on your calculator on your phone like I am, you can, on an iPhone, you can push the little button down in the corner. It says DEG. They often start in rad. So hit DEG and then it should say rad. When you're in degrees, it says rad. When you're in rad, it says degrees. So I'm going to hit 70 first and then the button that says sin, but we call it sine. And you should be getting a decimal of 0.939. So I'm going to round to 940. So let's go to 3 decimal places. Okay, so try to get that value using your calculator. If you have a 2-line display, you hit sine, then the 70. If you have a 1-line display, you hit the 70, then the sine. Or on your phone, the angle first. So on the next one, we have cos of 80. So I'm going to hit 80 and then cos. And you should be getting a value of 0.1736. So we're going to go 74. And then we're going to come over here and try out tan. So you hit 50 and then tan or tan 50 depending on the calculator you're using. And you get 1.1917. So I'm going to put it as 2. Okay, so that's how we get the values on our calculator. So if you're unsure, make sure you message me. So let's go and put this to use and find the missing side that's on this first triangle. So when you are given a triangle like this, you're going to place theta at the angle given at the 48 degrees, and we're going to label the triangle according to where theta is. So my longest side is always the hypotenuse, so I'm going to label that first. My opposite means opposite from theta, so that's over here, the side x, and adjacent means beside angle theta. So I have my hypotenuse, and I want my opposite. I don't care about the adjacent at all. So I'm going to pick a trig ratio that holds only the opposite and the hypotenuse. And I know that that is sine theta, opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, so now I'm going to start filling in my numbers. So we have sine theta is 48 degrees. Opposite is x, and my hypotenuse is 25.3. So I'm going to solve for x, just like solving in any algebra question. We're going to solve for x by multiplying both sides by the 25.3. So on your calculator, I'm just going to come down here. We have 25.3 times sine 48, and that will be equal to my x, because those will cancel off. I'm going to start with, on my calculator, the angle. So sine of 48, or 48 sine, depending on how your calculator works. 48 sine, we get a decimal. Leave the decimal right on the screen. Let the calculator do all the work here. Don't write down this decimal. Multiply right on the calculator times 25.3. And we're going to get 18.8. And that is the length of that missing side. Okay, let's come over here and try another question. So I see a 22 degrees in the top corner there, and that's where I'm going to place my theta. My longest side is the 74.2, my hypotenuse, because it's across from the right angle. This time, x is beside theta, and that's going to be my adjacent side, and my opposite side is down here at the bottom. So I'm going to look at what do I have, which is my hypotenuse, and what do I want, which is my adjacent. So I don't care anything about opposite. So the trig ratio that has both adjacent and opposite is my cos. So cos theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. So now I'm going to start subbing in my values for what I have here. So I have my angle theta, which is 22 degrees. My adjacent is x, and my hypotenuse is 74.2. I'm going to multiply both sides by the 74.2, and this is what we're going to get, and we're going to plug that into the calculator. So start at this cos 22. Okay, so start with 22 cos or cos 22, depending on how your calculator works. And then multiply by 74.2. And we're going to get 68.8 for our missing side. Okay, so hopefully you got that. And let's come down and we'll try one more question. So this time we have our theta is down in the bottom corner again. So let's put theta there. My opposite is going to be across from theta, so that's this one over here. My longest side is always the hypotenuse, so we should have done that one first, but either way. And then x is beside, so there's adjacent. So this time we have the opposite and we want the adjacent. So we have opposite and we want the adjacent. We don't want anything to do with the hypotenuse. So we're going to choose the trig ratio that has opposite and adjacent only, and that's going to be tan theta is opposite over adjacent. So now let's plug that in. So my theta this time is 75 degrees. My opposite is 10.5, and my adjacent is x. So I'm going to rearrange this equation. It's a little bit different because this time x is on the bottom. So in order to do that, doing just a little bit of algebra, I'm going to show you how to do it quickly. When x is on the bottom, it's going to switch places with that tan of 75. So multiplying both sides by x and dividing out the tan 75 will give you this expression here. So when x is on the bottom, it becomes a division question. When x is on top, like the other ones, notice that they're a little bit different. Okay, notice up here, they're a little bit different, and when over here, we had x on top, so it was a multiply. So this time, we have tan, tan ends up on the bottom. So here we go. So on your calculator, you're going to go ahead and find that value, which is going to be dividing first. So we'll go 10.5 divided by. Now if you have a 2-line display, put tan 75. If you have a 1-line display or you're on your phone, hit 75, then tan, then equals. And you should get 2.813. Okay, so there's our missing side, and that is how we do primary trig ratios for finding, I don't know why that was going on there, for finding our side lengths. For some reason this guy doesn't want to change size, but either way. And if you have any questions, like usual, make sure you message me and let me know, and I can hopefully walk you through that. Okay. There are some practice questions on the last page that I included in this post. I think 3 or 4 other triangles to solve for a missing side. So give those a try and send me a picture. Good luck.